No Messi, no Suarez, no Busquets, only Jordi Alba. 1 out of the 4 of the Fantastic Four started today, and Inter Miami lost 2-3 against CF Montreal in the league. Obviously, if you watched last game and watched my video, one of the defenders from Nashville decided it was a great idea to plant his foot against Messi's leg and potentially end his career. Because of that, Messi's now injured. He couldn't participate in this game, but I'm assuming he will be available for Wednesday. But with that, Suarez didn't play and Sergio Busquets didn't play, I'm assuming, so that they can be rested and be prepared for Wednesday's second leg in the CONCACAF Champions League. For today, this is the starting lineup. Drake Callender in goal, as always. Noah Allen, Aviles, and Kryvtsov. Then in the midfield, it's Jordi Alba on the left. Sunderland making a start. Redondo keeping his starting position. And then Ruiz. David Ruiz playing right mid. Robert Taylor and Leo Campana up top as the two strikers. And you can tell that I'm like stressing because I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I don't know if it's either on video or on Twitter, but Tata has to stop with this 3-5-2, 5-3-2. Like the 5 in the back formations or these 5 in the midfield formations just doesn't work for Inter Miami. I don't know why, but it just doesn't work. There's evidence. Time and time again, every time this formation is used, we just don't perform to the level that we could be. Let's go over the goals bit by bit. CF Montreal open up the scoring 1-0 in the 13th minute. Alvarez scoring a header from a good cross in. There was no other action until the 71st minute where Leo Campana equalized for Inter Miami in the 71st minute. Also from a header and a cross in from Sunderland. And literally this 10-minute window is where all the action happens. 75th minute, there's a set piece for CF Montreal on the left-hand side of the field. It's whipped in and it finds the Uruguayo striker, Matias Coccaro. All 3 of the goals so far this game came from headers. So 2-1, Montreal's leading, and then they pile it on top. Ibrahim takes a shot, deflected off a defender, and Montreal makes it 3. Luck not being on our side. Finally, to close the scoring for the game, Jordi Alba pretty much scores the goal of the season and a beautiful strike from outside the box. Elegantly finessed it right around the keeper, putting it top left corner. There was still time for Miami to come back, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Borjelin came on for Robert Taylor, played Campana, Borjelin, and Suarez up in the top in the striker positions, and Borjelin was given a ball directly headed to him. This is probably 90th minute. Borjelin is literally like 7'5", dude. He heads the ball, it's like straight into a defender. He gets it back, he has time to set himself, take it with his left foot to get the equalizing goal, and this kid just skyrockets it over, and it's like, I couldn't believe my mind. I mean, I understand this is a kid from the B team, but it's like, come on, man. Like, it was very disappointing. It was very disappointing that we couldn't get that equalizer. I don't want to be too hard on Borjelin, but at the same time, man, it's like, we got to wake up. You're not playing at the B team anymore. You're not playing in the B team anymore. You're here. You're at Inter Miami. They loaned you out for a bit while you're at Inter Miami B. Now you're here. Now you're with the first team. Now you're with the big boys. You got to play like it. So that's that. 3-2, final score. Let's go over the individual performances. First up, I want to talk about Drake Callender. I praise Drake Callender. I love Drake. Like, he has been probably the best goalkeeper that we've had at the club so far. And we have Luis Robles. We had Diop, the Frenchman. We had McCarthy, but McCarthy didn't really do so well. He actually, fun fact, he gave me his cleats one time. There was a time where Inter Miami lost 5-0. It was the first season. And he was walking out, and we were waiting there, all the fans, because I'm one of the original season ticket member holders, so all the fans just kind of lined up where the players walk out, and he was so frustrated, he just gave me his cleats, and he's like, just take them, please. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, they don't even fit me. He has smaller feet than me, so that's a shame. Anyways, besides the fact, yes, Drake Callender is like our best goalkeeper and has been the best goalkeeper we've had at the club. The performance from him today, the amount of mistakes that he's made today were so costly, and it's just like, I've never seen Drake perform this poorly. At least not in recent times. I can't remember the last time Drake Callender has performed this poorly. Just the amount of mistakes from the set piece is either committing too late or just reacting late. It's just everything was late and the timing was incorrect. But yeah, and he's pretty much our only senior goalkeeper that we've had. He's played in Fort Lauderdale FC or CF, and now he's our only senior goalkeeper. The other two backup goalkeepers are Dos Santos and Jensen, who both played for Inter Miami too. It's very difficult. Hopefully this is just a one-time thing. It's just an off day. Those mistakes really costed Inter Miami. Not saying he was the problem, not saying he was the reason why we lost, but it definitely hindered us. In the defense, I just want to talk about one player, and that's Kryvtsov. That's Sergei Kryvtsov. I can never say his last name right, and I've never was really against him. I thought he was a good player. I thought he was a veteran player, a strong defender, but I think after that performance, we need to sell him. We need to get rid of Sergei. We need to bring in somebody else. I would have much rather kept Yedlin and sell Sergei, to be honest. I mean, I understand the fact that we wanted to clear up salary cap and receive some GAM and whatever, but no, I think we need to get rid of Kryvtsov. It's not enough. Like, he's not performing up to the level that we need him to be at. And honestly, if players are not performing, they need to be traded. It's not like we can't attract players either. Players want to come here. Players want to play for Miami, especially at this time. So we can definitely attract another center back or another defensive-minded player. So, I don't know, yeah, sell Sergei. And that's all I'm going to say. Midfield, we played at that 5 midfield. We had Jordi Alba pretty much playing left wing, and then Ruiz was playing right wing. I want to mention that really quickly. It wasn't bad, the midfield, but Ruiz is not a right winger. Why is he playing right wing? Why is he experimenting that way? Why wasn't Gressel out there on the Gressel plays? I love Gressel. I love Julian Gressel. I love what he brings to the table, or what he can bring to the table. Why wasn't he playing out wide? Why? I genuinely don't understand that. I thought Sunderland was so quiet. This is another kid coming from Inter Miami 2. He was the captain at Inter Miami 2. I attended 90% of the Inter Miami 2 games last season, so I've seen these guys play. Sunderland was their captain. He was their leader. Tonight he looked really off. He looked quiet until that one assist that he got, which was great. So good for him, but I think we can expect a lot more from Sunderland. So I'm not bashing on him at all, but I would love to see more from Sunderland. What's frustrating about Sunderland is the fact that I don't think he's there yet. As much as I like Sunderland as a young player, as a prospect, I just don't think he's at the level of a Diego Gomez, of a Benjamin Gremashi, of even David Ruiz, of Redondo. He's not at that level. I feel like Sunderland's here and all those other ones are here. So there's a big gap between the level of quality between those guys. I just don't think he's ready yet to join the first team and be playing, especially consistently. I don't think he's ready. But he's a good player. We need to keep him. We need to develop him. And I think he will be one for the future. And yeah, Jordi Alba, as I talked about earlier about his goal, scored pretty much the goal of the season. No doubt that has to be goal of the season. In terms of just how he finessed that ball from the distance that he was at. Yeah, great game from Jordi Alba. He is pretty much Messi. If we don't have Messi, we have Jordi Alba to create those chances, to get up in the field, to be a major impact in the squad. And I could say the same thing for Busquets. If Messi's not on the team, Busquets and Alba create those chances. They find players, they create space, they make plays, and that's what we need, and that's what I didn't see from anybody else except from those guys. Moving to the attack, it was just Taylor and Campana up there. I mean, I wish Taylor scored. I love Campana. Campana has pretty much been our best striker at the club. I want to say that he was better than Higuain. I think it's a fair argument saying that Campana was a better striker than Higuain. I love Campana, and I'm glad that he started, and I'm glad that he got a goal. I was really questioning. It was great that Suarez was able to come into that game. I think he was able to put something together late in that game, but I didn't like how Robert Taylor was subbed out for Borjelin. I thought that substitution was stupid from the get-go. We already had Campana and Suarez. I don't know what Borjelin would have added. Lord and behold, Borjelin was given a goal on a silver platter and completely butchered it. I mean, I didn't like that substitution at all. I think what's frustrating about this defeat is that Montreal are not a good side. They don't have a lot of talent. They have a lot of ex-Inter Miami players, to be honest. They had Bryce Duke, Joseph Martinez. They have Lassister. Bryce Duke was a great player for Inter Miami. The fact that we traded him is unbelievable. Montreal don't have the squad to be beating us. They shouldn't be beating Inter Miami. I thought a tie would have 100% been a fair result considering the performance that we've had, but this easily should have been a win for us. 100% should have won this game. Like, Montreal were at the same level of Inter Miami before Messi and all of them joined the club. Like, I read something that this is Montreal's best start in their history. I mean, they were founded in 1993, but in their history. So literally, they just suck. They always play bad. I don't know what happened, honestly. I genuinely think we should have won this game. The referees is a whole different story. Guys, MLS, fix your stuff, man. Sort it out. We need these professional referees back. We cannot deal with the replacement referees. I literally ref with these guys in Sunday League, in travel teams, in high school, USL, in semi-pro, and pre-professional. I ref the same refs that are reffing MLS games are reffing these rec games. They're not fit. They're not trained well enough to keep up with the pacing of the game. They don't make good decisions. It's not like when people talk about, like, oh, referees never make good decisions, or they always disagree with referees' decisions. No, like, these guys are genuinely not making the right decisions. They're either reacting too quick, they're too slow, their game awareness isn't high, their intelligence isn't high enough. The game knowledge, I think, is just completely different. Like, you can clearly tell that these are not professional referees. It's amazing to see, and amazing in a bad way. Like, it's just incredible how the MLS and pro, they just can't pay the referees just a little bit more. Like, how much are they really losing? And the answer is nothing. Like, the organizations aren't losing money. Like, to give referees proper pay, travel, training, like, it's not, they're not asking for a lot. Just give it to them, man. Like, you're ruining the games. You're ruining these games. I really hope I don't have to keep talking about the referee situation, because it's becoming a huge problem, and it's a visual issue, and there's too many mistakes that are going on that are happening at these games. They need to be sorted out. The main issues was the time wasting. The time wasting, I felt like it just wasn't acknowledged. It wasn't penalized. Montreal, like, it's a tactic. It's 100% a tactic. Excessive time wasting needs to be penalized. There were 9 minutes added at the end of the regulation. And I still felt like that wasn't enough, because during those added minutes, in the added time, Montreal were still time wasting. Like, I can't say it was the referee's fault that we lost. It was definitely a factor. It was definitely a factor. It may have not been the decisive factor, but it was definitely a factor. So, MLS, pay your refs, please. Man of the match of that game can go to Jordi Alba. I think that was a one-man show for Jordi Alba. He was pretty much carrying the team creatively. Him, Taylor, and Campana were like the three best players in that squad. Sunderland also did like I said, did okay, but I don't think he's ready. But regardless, Jordi Alba, man of the match. And I understand why, you know, Messi and the rest of the Fantastic Four didn't start. They need to be rested for Wednesday's game, second leg against Nashville, CONCACAF Champions League. All I'm saying is that they better bring it. It's at Chase Stadium. Inter Miami better bring the heat. This team has the potential to be performing well, even without Messi. And we just have to get it out of them. It's just a little bit more. But yeah, I'm really hoping for a good game against Nashville. The hincha de Inter Miami are like, they bring it, the love, they bring the passion, they bring the energy. So I think it's gonna be a great atmosphere, and we're gonna have proper referees. Hopefully they don't screw that up, to be honest. I think for this prediction, I was gonna originally go for a tie. I was gonna say we might tie 1-1, but I think we might have the advantage and win 2-1. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was just a really disappointing performance from Inter Miami, and it was a game we should have won. It just really felt like it was against us. A lot of things went wrong. The formation was wrong. The players had off days. Hopefully we can bring it back on Wednesday and be prepared again for the next league game. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on the performances, different players. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree? I would love to know what you're thinking. And I also want to say a huge thank you to all the subscribers that we've just hit 400 subs as I'm recording this, so that's amazing. I honestly did not expect to get 400 subs in this short span of time, so I really appreciate everybody for subbing. And if you haven't, please, it's completely free, and if you're enjoying the content, then it's really greatly appreciated. But anyways, I'll see you guys Wednesday night, really late game, 9 p.m. at Chase Stadium against Nashville in the CONCACAF Champions League. I'll see you then.